went to Cuba. You know,
Oh, nice.
the media just Cuba's dangerous and Cuba's this and Cuba's that. Yeah, it wasn't the luxury of the other countries, but Cuba actually, I love the culture, the people. They were very friendly. Everything that was shown on TV was completely false.
Hey, Jaime Woods, we here to travel and motivate. No curry, we just trying to keep our minds in a golden state. We answer to nobody but the Lord, we control our fate. Too many things to see just to sit in a hole and bake. We growing, ayy.
Yo, what's going on, guys? It's your boy Jaime Woods back at it with another amazing interview, guys. I hope you guys been enjoying the interviews I've been doing so far, and today's gonna be no different. I got a very special guest. I actually met him on TikTok and Instagram, and I was like, you know what? Let me invite this guy in because he seems like a very interesting guy. But of course, my man, how you doing?
I'm doing good. I'm doing good. Thanks for having me.
No problem, my man. So tell the audience a little bit about you.
All right, my name is Mike. I go by the name the Mr. Pendrop Show. That's my Instagram and my YouTube. Originally from the Bronx. Now I'm out here in Atlanta, Georgia. I'm an avid traveler, so nothing too major.
So tell me a little bit about your show.
So my show, what I do is I go out and I feature. I go to different countries and like to feature it. Like the typical vlogging, but I try to focus more so on like the history and the authentic part of the country.
Okay, all right, I feel you, man. And
Yeah.
so, what actually inspired you to start traveling to begin with?
Um, I know my I just the love of just traveling. I started my first trip was the Dominican Republic. You know what I'm saying? And once I got put on to come into the Dominican Republic, I went crazy after that and just really realized that I really enjoy traveling. It's like therapy. Some people go to the gym, some people go to shooting range, some people hike. I just like to travel. You know what I mean?
Now, I feel the reason why I was laughing was because I feel like everyone's first trip is DR.
Yeah,
Every
yeah,
single person I've interviewed asked, "Oh, what inspired
yeah.
you to travel? What was your first vacation, your first place?"
Or
A lot of people say the Dominican Republic. I don't know what it is about. I guess it's like the close proximity. Like it's literally right there. It's
yeah.
only a couple hours in and out. So yeah, I get it. You know what I mean? But that's nice. I feel the same thing about traveling myself. You
Mm-hmm.
know what I mean? Like even just being outdoors, you know what I mean? Going on a hike, whatever. It's just something
Right,
good
right,
about being away from your comfort zone,
right.
being around different people, different languages, cultures.
Mhm.
I don't know. I feel like it broadens your horizons and makes you like a more well-rounded individual.
I agree. I totally agree. It's just
Yeah,
something
man.
about it's
So
like it gives me a peace of mind. For me, it's just like a real peace of mind. Getting out the norm. You know what I'm saying? Just doing something different. Like piggyback off you said. The different cultures, the different languages, the customs, the norms.
so what are some other reasons why like people need to be traveling more?
I just think it's therapeutic. I think so many people, at least where I'm from, they all they think about is where they at and where they going statewide. But I think when you get out of that, when you start to develop a new mindset and you start opening up your horizons, you start seeing other things and you start realizing there's other things outside of here, outside of just the normal. I came from the project, so it was like outside the basketball courts. You know what I'm saying? Outside the BX, just going to the bodegas and all that. I want to do something else outside of the
You from
same
the
old.
Bronx?
Yeah, I'm from the Bronx, so
All right.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah, I'm from Jersey, so
Okay,
we're not that far apart.
yeah.
But no, that's I definitely agree with you, my man. Definitely, and I don't have anything against people that travel domestically or
Mm,
vacation domestically.
right.
But to me, I don't know. Here's where I'm coming from because I know certain people. I'm not gonna say no names. There's no shots on anybody.
Yeah.
I know people personally that go to Disney World 10,
Hmm.
20, 30 times. Like, I'm like, all right, man, like, can you get out the country? Like, go somewhere else. You
Right.
wasting so much money on Disney World, but Disney World's hella pricey.
Right.
Last time I went, the tickets were like $100 a person.
Right.
And that was just for one day. These people are obviously out there for a couple days. So I could just imagine the fortune that they're spending on these trips.
Right.
Meanwhile, you take that money to DR, Latin America, even Europe,
Hmm.
you would probably have a way better vacation.
What? I'm telling you. Let me tell
Mm-hmm.
you. You know what I could do with $100 in Colombia?
Ah,
Yeah.
yeah, $100 in Colombia, you can do too much over there, man.
Yeah.
Even in the DR to an extent,
Word.
you know.
Word.
But I don't think people understand it, and I think a part of it also is people are scared. Like
Hmm.
some people that have never been overseas, they're either scared to be in, out of their comfort zone, or they feel that the rest of the world is dangerous because of what they hear in the media. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? Like, but let me ask you that, like, have you ever experienced any danger overseas?
Nah, I wouldn't say it's dangerous. If you, I mean, it's common sense when it comes to traveling. There's certain things you don't do. Like I'm not coming out there wearing jewelry,
Mhm.
and I know a third world country. I'm not doing that. I'm moving accordingly. I'm watching my surroundings and whatnot. I mean, it's just like when I went to Cuba. I went to Cuba.
Oh,
The
nice.
media just Cuba's dangerous and Cuba's this and Cuba's that. Yeah, it wasn't the luxury of the other countries, but Cuba actually, I love the culture, the people. They were very friendly. Everything that was shown on TV was completely false.
So tell me a little bit about like Cuba. What culture shocks did you experience in Cuba?
They eat a lot of rice. You know what I'm saying? From what I learned, they are get a lot of that rice from China. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
I think the government gives them a certain amount what they consider welfare here, and it includes like rice, 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 rice. You know what I'm saying? I mean, from what I
Yeah.
was taught when I was over there. But the culture shock was I wasn't expecting the streets to be so like
Mhm.
war torn. But if you get out that perspective and you have and just be open minded, I'm telling you, I had Cuba's was one of my favorite places, man, to go. The people were friendly. The portions, like that $100 will go a long way in Cuba. I had a big lobster, big steaks, drinks. They love to dance. I was dancing in the street. You know what I mean? I really enjoyed Cuba. So it ain't dangerous like they said it was on the media.
So what tips and advice would you give someone that's going to Cuba for the first time?
Just do your research because I went. Unlike the other places where you can go to the hotel, you can't just go to a hotel in Cuba. You have to be there for a reason. So I did support of the people. So I went over there in the tour for the not tourism because technically tourism, the term tourism is not used there. You know what I mean? So I went
Mhm.
to for the helping the people. So I had to stay in an Airbnb. I got fed by a family that lived in a building. So just know in ATMs, the ATMs just come with cash. Come with just gotta exchange your money ahead of time. Because ATMs they can be out. So have cash on hand. That's the only advice I can really give you as far as Cuba because it's not as accessible like other places.
Yeah, I've heard rumors about Cuba. I don't know how true they are.
Mhm.
I don't mean to sound like ignorant when I'm about to say these things, but I heard like you have no like phone service out there at
Oh, I'm
all.
glad you said that.
Yeah.
Wi-Fi. You know how our generation we be glued to the phone, but
Mhm.
you have to purchase. I would suggest you purchase the a Wi-Fi pass. I bought like 5 passes during my duration there because the internet is like no other. It's trash. It's like really trash. Like the
Yeah.
communication, the phone service is like it's hard, bro. It's just hard. I'm just kind of thinking back, so you know what I mean. I remember the phone service was like really bad, and I had to buy Wi-Fi. And even when you purchase the Wi-Fi, it's still a hit or miss.
Yeah, I even heard like the way the seasoning goes out there with the food,
hmm
like it's different. I heard they're very limited when it comes to seasoning. I don't know how true that is, but
I
I
really
heard.
can't touch on it
Mhm.
on the seasoning because I ate it as is. When I was hungry, I just I just started eating, bro. I
Mhm.
ain't even really. I think the food was pretty good. I ain't gonna lie, the food was pretty good.
Well, I've tried out the Cuban food over here, and I'm like,
Yeah,
it's phenomenal. It's definitely
yeah,
top
yeah.
tier when it comes to Latin America.
Word.
But I haven't really met too many people that have gone to Cuba, so I had to ask about Cuba.
Fellas, just single fellas. That ain't a place you take your girl. All right. So I know, and I'm keeping it a buck. I got a girl and all that, but I'm gonna keep it a buck. That is not a place. So if I could have did it all over again after the fact, fellas, don't just go and enjoy. Make that a guy's trip and just have a good time. I mean, you can bring your woman if you want, but if you're just trying to have a good time, go by yourself or go with your boys.